Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 113 of the Friggin Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, Friggin Nerd Mario, as always joined by my very spicy co-host, rocking the Sriracha t-shirt. It's your boy, Friggin Nerd James. What's up, James?
What's up, Mario? And what's up, Friggin Nerd Crew? How you guys doing today? The Spicy Tuesday.
Spicy Tuesday.
Recording.
It's very spicy Tuesday indeed. This is the Friggin Nerds Podcast. Each week we get together here on twitch.tv/Friggin Nerds Media to bring you guys and nerd news you guys care about. Before that, you guys start your favorite segment. You know what, you love it. Time for that dang swear jar.
And for gosh sake, watch your language.
Each week, the hosts are given a keyword that we are not allowed to say during the podcast. Each time that word is said by that specific host, they get a point. The host with the most points by the end of the episode will be our loser and have to endure 2 Birdie Bots every flavor beans. I feel like I've been doing bad lately because last week I remember I had quite a few.
Yeah.
The week before, I feel like I've been eating a lot of beans, but you know. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Well,
There's only 2 of us.
Yeah, I know. It's harder. It's harder when there's 2 of us. This week, of course, asked the Friggin Nerds Nation over on Patreon if they were able to drop a fun little word. Didn't get an answer from Stargazer Tim again. Merlin always dropping the hot heat when it comes to swear words. This week, he provided the word movie. And we never talk about movies. I feel like it's easy to get around. Film. We can say the word film. We could say motion picture. We can say it's gonna be, and kind of bothers me because I'm actually looking at my first title, the first article, and it has the word in it. So this might be harder than I imagined. Who knows? But anyways, I think we're gonna get into it now. So we can't say the word movie after the sentence, starting right now. Oh, good. James was distracted, so he didn't get
I don't know. I had an email come through that I've been waiting on. Sorry.
GTA 6 confirmed. Here we go, baby.
No, just approval for an interview. So.
Ooh. You gotta tell me about it later. But anyways, speaking of interviews and other cool stuff like that, the monsters have taken over, man. We had a tremendous weekend with Godzilla X Kong. The new empire saw an almost 200 million world box office during its opening week, with over 80 million being domestic ticket sales.
Let's go.
According to Deadline, GXK closed the weekend with an estimated 194 million in global cinema attendance sales, including 44.6 million in tickets within mainland China. Heading into the weekend, experts estimated that the new Adam Wingard film would also perhaps crack the 50 million mark for U.S. sales. It blew way past that mark, earning an estimated 81.7 million. That figure makes this the second largest box office opening for a MonsterVerse film since 2014's Godzilla, which had an opening weekend sale of 93.2 million. We just gotta skip through here. The movie is currently only at 53% among critics on Rotten Tomatoes, while the audience score is sitting at a very comfortable 92% as of writing this article. Now, have you had a chance to see the film yet, James?
No, I know you and Lee posted a review earlier today.
Yeah, just dropped it today. We were kind of late on it. We went to go see it yesterday.
Okay.
So that's out there. If you guys want to see our thoughts there, I'll that'll speak for itself. I thought it was fine. I did quick spoiler. I said it wasn't the best monster movie I've seen, but I thought it was fine. It was very what I expected. It was monsters wrestling, and I'm like, perfect. This is what I wanted in a movie.
Yeah,
I was like curious how well it would do, and this is awesome. I think this is awesome.
No, that's a great box office.
Yeah, for what it did. I think it's really, really awesome. And I hope this continues on, like, making more like this, because, like, I think they finally got the hang of it now watching this movie, because
Really?
Godzilla versus Kong I thought was really good. Legitimately a good movie, because it did have a good story beat to it. I like I kind of liked how, like, they made Kong relatable, like, I guess, like, is the word. And, you know, obviously the human element of those movies are always the worst part, and the only one that did it right was -1, which is completely disconnected from this universe.
Yeah.
But it does, I think now they understand we're not -1, you know, we're just in the era of making what they want to see. Kaiju, monsters, like, quick it's not really a spoiler, but how can you, even John Campea said it, like, why complain about spoilers in a Godzilla movie? You know they're gonna fight each other, like, you know?
That's what you're there for.
Like a small, like, there's a point where Godzilla suplexes King Kong off of a pyramid, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I cheered. I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in a movie this year so far. And I think that's where we're at with those movies, where, like, I feel like, I think I said it in the movie, not everything has to be Oppenheimer, not everything has to be
right,
like,
exactly,
tremendous.
Exactly.
It could be a fun time where there were kids there having a great time. Like, what's your outlook on the MonsterVerse movies? I think you said you saw -1, but, like, what's your history with that, with this world?
No, like, honestly, I'm not as engulfed in it. I'm one of the few that loved the 2000 Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick in it and stuff. Uh, so between that one and then, like, the animated series that they made with the same studio that did Mission MIB. And then outside of a couple of old, like, black and white claymation ones I like seen in passing, I didn't really follow the whole Godzilla theme, like, outside of just watching a couple of ones in passing. So with the recent flare up of these type of films, it was nice, like, kind of revisiting those and seeing why they're, like, so big, like, pun intended, in regards to popularity. But for me, I'm just a casual fan, like, nothing too hard for me in regards to the fandom and stuff. So it's just, I enjoyed -1. I enjoyed Versus, and I know I'm probably going to enjoy this one when I go see it. So taking the kids to go see Kung Fu Panda 4, but probably go see this one as well during spring break.
Yeah, I heard Kung Fu Panda's a lot of fun too. I've been wanting to see that because those movies are just, like, also goofy fun, where it's like, why not? You'll have some fun. You get to have the kids involved. I mean, you can take the kids to this too, man. The kids would love this, seeing monsters go bananas. Like, I love it.
Do a double feature.
That's a good double feature right there. I'm not gonna lie. But moving on.
Before we move on, do you think the success of -1 helped with the box office? I wanted to get your thoughts on that one.
I don't know, because I think it's
they're obviously two different films.
I don't know.
Styles.
I feel not -1, but Monarch might have, because Monarch's in the same universe. I'm pretty sure, right? Am I correct or wrong, chat?
I think it is.
Pretty sure same. Yeah. We see John Goodman. Spoilers in the first episode, and that's on Skull Island from the one with that Tom Hiddleston and everybody. So yeah, I think that was a real boost as well. But yeah, I think -1 helped as well too, because it's like I feel like we're definitely in our MonsterVerse era right now, where it's like, you know, we talk about, like, you know, how people kind of, like, you know, put Marvel to the side for a bit while that kind of cooks for a bit. Star Wars is cooking, and right now it's monsters. Everyone wants to see more. Like, good example, Mike Berkey was binging through Monarch with Brit, and they're like, oh, we can't wait for the next movie to come out, and, like, all this. So I think now it's like we're kind of in our our monster era. So I think a little bit of both helped those go out, because I think people understood they're two very different movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like -1 is scary.
Yeah,
This one I'm like, it's like
it feels like Fast and Furious, bro.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It feels like Fast and Furious. It's a good time.
Yeah, and it gets more ridiculous. Like King Kong has like a gauntlet in this movie, like a giant glove.
Yeah.
And
what happened to his hand? Yeah,
and like they're just like doing wacky stuff, man. So like I'm in for it, man. I like those films too. The Fast and Furious series. I like. They went to space at one point. The last one ended on a cliffhanger to make it to get ready for the next. Like it's like a 2-part finale, like the Infinity War and Endgame. It's like insane.
Will it be a 2-part? I know Vin said that. I did. Who is it? Paramount or whoever that owns it. Did they confirm that? Because Vin been talking out his like wazoo as of late when it comes to that movie.
Oh, the way it ended, yeah, I think it's definitely a 2-part because the end credit scene. I'm assuming you haven't seen it.
I still haven't seen it.
Chat, has everyone seen the movie? Can I like talk about the end credit scene?
I don't mind it.
Yeah,
it's not gonna ruin it for me.
It's not a huge day. The end credit scene doesn't do anything to affect the actual story of it, I guess. But like, can I talk about the end credit scene? Because it was a speaking of Avengers, it was the same thing of seeing Thanos for the first time. Like that's how the end was.
Really?
So like, I mean, I feel like the chat seems like they don't care. I'm just gonna say, okay, The Rock shows up at the end. Like it's like, so Jason Momoa is the villain in the last movie, and all it is like the events happen, it's on a cliffhanger, and then we go to an after credit scene of like a dark room, and you see a SWAT team member come in. And he's like, there's like screens and a telephone, and the phone rings, and the SWAT member picks it up, and he's listening. He's like, blah, 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 blah. I know you were involved too, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. I'm coming for your family next or whatever. He hangs up the phone, turns around, takes he has like a mask and goggles on, takes it all off, and it's The Rock, and he's like, I'm coming for you, some bitch. That's literally what he says. I'm coming for you, you some bitch. And cut to credits, and people went bananas because there's like, which I think is a work now or fake, that I guess there was heat between Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel.
Yeah, they said they weren't going to work together.
So him showing up at the end was the biggest thing at the end. I'm like, wow, that's insane. So I think they're going to do one last. I think they were able to convince him to be like, okay, do one more. It's the last in the series. Maybe he squashed the beef. Maybe he won't be on screen with Vin Diesel. Maybe they won't work together.
Maybe he got a bigger paycheck.
I mean, Rock is making bank right now with wrestling. He's going to be this weekend. He's headlining WrestleMania 40. Like he's back on that because now he's a partner with TKO or whatever. Or he's like. So
he's got the whole UFL thing too.
Yeah, all that. Like he's back in the wrestling world, but between that and his movie career, like I don't know if he's going to be going deep, because like people kind of thought he joined back with WWE because of like the writer's strike and everything, but no, that kind of happened after.
Yeah.
And so he's making bank. So I think he's like, yeah, I'll do this last movie. I'm gonna kill it at WrestleMania. I'm gonna kill. He's like a self-made just monster.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Yeah,
and he's gonna do Moana or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think they're doing a live action one.
Yeah, he's in that.
Although they announced a sequel for the animated version.
The animated
so
one,
he's doing that and a live action one, and like then he's gonna bring back Tooth Fairy or something. Like I don't know what else he's gonna do, man. Like he's on fire, man. He's like obviously guys who came out of wrestling. John Cena made a name for himself doing like Peacemaker and like he's came out with a couple of funny movies here and there, and Jason Momoa. Batista, Dave Batista,
who's the best one.
He's the best actor. He needs more. I mean, Dune, come on, great in it. What else did he do? Obviously Guardians. He was in that zombie movie. I forget the name of it. I really liked.
He's in Spectre. He's the Cabin in the Woods, based off of that
yeah.
crazy book, which about the end times, which is a pretty good book. He's in the Knives Out. He's in that one. Like, he's in so many good movies.
And he's he's actually a good actor. Like, he's really good, because like I feel like The Rock is the same in every movie.
You're right.
He's always the same, but people love him because he's like, he's the people's champ. He's like, he has that bright smile. He's likable too. Oh yeah, super likable guy. But it's like, I mean, come on, he's not the best actor in the world. Come on, Stone Cold Steve Austin was a better actor in The Condemned than he was. Come on,
oh my god.
Remember those? Steve Austin has so many like straight to video movies. They're hilarious. If you ever have a chance to look them up, they're funny. It's just him.
Oh my god.
He's so funny when he acts. He's so mad all the time. It's like when he made it don't have to file. Like him playing a cop is hilarious. But anyway, speaking of phenomenal actors, we're finally getting a first look at Joker 2. Apparently, the Joker 2 trailer release date is confirmed as DC releases the first poster of the Phoenix Gaga movie. Joaquin Phoenix's Arthur Fleck and Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn take center stage in the new Joker Folie à Deux.
Yeah, Folie à Deux, something like that.
We need Burrito here to translate. Teasing the upcoming DC sequel while James Gunn's DC universe is on its way. Another DC franchise is getting ready to expand as Todd Phillips is continuing his Joker universe. I like that it's separate. I like that it's a separate universe. I like that.
Elseworlds.
That's what I like. Let's see. Since Joker Folie à Deux will be the only upcoming DC movie to release in 2024, the marketing campaign is getting ready to start as the first official poster for Elseworlds based movie has been revealed. And on top of that, I believe it has been confirmed the first Joker 2 trailer will be released on Tuesday, April 9th. Be sure to see all the trailer reactions from, I'm sure, me and James seeing the first look at this film. Does this make you a little more excited for this film?
I'm honestly the same. I think the behind the scenes, or at least the photos that Todd Phillips, I believe that's his name, the director, has shared on his personal account, on his IG account of the film, look better than this poster. This poster doesn't really sell me on anything, or at least provide anything new. I know it's a musical, and I know the Joker's in it with Harley Quinn, and with the lighting, it looks like they're dancing. So okay, I got it. So the needle hasn't really moved either way for me in a negative or positive light after this poster. So I'm just waiting on the film's trailer to add more to it. But coming in hesitant, I didn't think the first one needed a sequel. Todd and Joaquin said they didn't want to do a sequel, but WB said we'll pay Joaquin $20 million to do this film. And so that's all you need to know. So that's why we have a sequel. But I don't know. It hasn't really moved the needle for me. What about you?
Yeah, I'm like at that point too where I'm like, Joker 1 was good. I liked it. I like that they're still saying this is a separate Joker universe. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is a musical. I look at this as a one-off film where it's just okay. It's a musical. It's like, what if Joker was a musical? And that's how I look at it. I'm like, let's just kind of move on there. And like, yeah, I just hope there's like no other things after this, because I feel like it's like, how many more do you got to do? The first Joker movie was really a statement.
Yes.
You know, and it's just like it just hit, it happened, and it was like, wow, that was very artistic, and we don't need to make 7 more of these. Something like the Batman I want to see more of, because it was so well done, and I want to see them have different takes of different villains and see how that looks. And this, I'm kind of like, I don't know. This reminds me. To me, it looks like what's that movie Gaga did with Bradley Cooper? Star is Born.
Star is Born.
It
Yeah,
looks like it looks like a creepy version of Star is Born to me, and it's just like I'm like I've seen this before. You know what I mean? And I think Lady Gaga would be a great Harley Quinn. We'll see how
she can act her tail off.
Yeah, we'll see how she sells it. You know, it looks like it's more of a, you know, more elegant take on Harley Quinn. Phantom of the Opera, a little bit like Phantom of the Opera as well.
So, okay, if my hope and what I think they might go with. So you talked about the Batman film and how we're like more interested in that. And I think if I were to assume, I think the interest is there because of the world they've built and what they were able to set up moving forward in this world that they've built, this dirty, gritty Gotham, this young Batman who's still learning. You got a young Alfred, and it's set up so many other villains. So that anticipation, especially with the Penguin and stuff, TV series, there's anticipation for what's coming next. I feel like the Joker didn't do that. Granted, though, in defense of this movie, if they go this psychological route like they did in the first one, where all of the I guess dance and song and dance numbers are in his head, and it's a way for him to deal with him in the asylum, kind of like how they did with Moon Knight in a way, when it was revealed that like a lot of the stuff that was happening, his alter ego was all in his head and stuff. When they revealed that, if that happens with a Joker, fully do whatever you want to call that, and Harley, who is Dr. Quinzel, turns into Harley in his head and not necessarily in real life, and it kind of like makes you think or makes you feel like what is real, what's not. If they kind of play like that, then I think you can have like a hidden gem here and it gets people thinking if they play along those lines. But if it's just a straight up musical, I'm not feeling it.
How did the last one end? Didn't he get arrested?
It ended up with him in this sane asylum, essentially psychiatric ward.
So that'd be sick. It's the whole movie takes place. He's in his cell at like Arkham or something.
Yes, in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
He's talking to Dr. Quinzel, who eventually becomes Harley, but he's infatuated with her, even though that's his doctor. And so again, a way for him to deal with the isolation, with the loneliness, with like just with everything on top of his craziness is song and dance. Because we saw they teased it, at least in the first one. There's a freedom that comes to this Joker when he dances. The scene in the bathroom still gives me chills with the music and stuff. And then of course when he's on the stairs going down. So I think if they play along those lines, I think it would be pretty cool. And a cool way of like showing just, psychiatric ways people cope with things and escapisms and all those different tropes that you could hang on to while telling this story. I think that would be cool.
Absolutely. But let us know in the chat, what are your guys' excitement level for Joker Folie à Deux, or whatever you want to call it. Joker the musical. Because I like that they're not really making it like Joker 2. It's just kind of like another Joker thing that's kind of like coming out. And it says it's coming out 10/4/24. So we're getting it towards spooky season. So that should be a lot of fun.
That's around the time the first one came out. So
it's true. Yeah, and like it's crazy that this is like the movie that's going to carry the DC film world this year, because
this year I know
because we talked about the Batman being moved over a year and all that. So I'm like, this is like, we
do get the Penguin this year, I think.
That's true.
And so because we talked about this, so like, okay, if this is supposed to be the different DC, then and they mentioned Elseworlds in the article that when you read it. So they have to have a new intro. They have to have a different intro than what they were going to do when we get like Superman Legacy next year. It has to have a different intro to let people know this is Elseworlds. This is the main DC, just like Marvel has Marvel Animation or Marvel Spotlight when they did with Echo. DC has to do the same thing with their Elseworld stuff, like a Penguin, like the Batman, like the Joker. And then the main stuff, they have that new intro. So I think that's going to help. But that's weird. Like you said, the Joker is the one that's carrying the DC stuff. That's weird.
Insane. But, we'll see what happens. We'll see the trailer on April 9th. I'm excited. So next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we'll talk about the trailer. That'll be very exciting. Speaking of things maybe coming back and happening again, I've been seeing a lot of Sam Raimi in the news with directing different things, and director Sam Raimi's finally responded to the rumors that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4 is happening. Spider-Man trilogy director Sam Raimi comments on whether he is actually making Spider-Man 4 with Marvel actor Tobey Maguire after Spider-Man No Way Home saw the return of Maguire and Andrew Garfield's version of Peter Parker. Marvel audiences have been clamoring to see their canceled sequels be revived, especially Raimi's Spider-Man 4 movie. With the Spider-Verse concept being more popular than ever, the door is wide open for Sony to revisit any of their live-action Spider-Man universe at this point. After more than a year of rumors floating around that Spider-Man 4 is in the works with Maguire and Raimi, the director was asked by CBR, direct comic book, which one is that?
Comicbook.com?
I think it's like one of those, CBR, directly if the rumors are true. However, it seems they aren't. According to Raimi, he hasn't heard anything about Maguire's Spider-Man 4 being resurrected, while praising seeing him be part of Spider-Man No Way Home cast, as he shared the following. It's a quote from Sam Raimi. Well, I haven't heard about that yet. I did read that, but I'm actually not working on it yet. I mean, Marvel and Columbia are so successful with their current Spider-Man and the track they are on, and I don't know that they're going to go back to me and say, we could also tell that story. I'm not sure. But I love all the new Spider-Man movies. I loved Spider-Man No Way Home. It was really super powerful seeing Tobey again in the suit. I haven't talked to Tobey about it. Maybe Marvel has, or Columbia Pictures. But I just worked with Marvel on a movie called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. So I'm on great terms with them. I'm sure I would hear about it if it was in the works soon. I don't know. Do you think this will ever happen?
Wait, did he say yet?
He said yet a couple times. I feel like it's gone across the table. It's been, I'm sure it's been offered to him.
A Spider-Man 4.
I think so. He's been talking about it for a while. There was rumors a few years ago around the time No Way Home was already out, and people were asking me, he's like, yeah, I really want to do it. Then he said, like,
yeah. Everybody was like, yo, this just proves we need another film with those two.
So do you think it's gonna happen?
I don't. Because it's hard enough for them to do a fourth with Tom Holland. Let's just get that out the way. Tom is taking a sabbatical. He's like focusing on other things and stuff. And I know he took like a year or so off to do to just chill. He's like looking into like his relationship with Zendaya and stuff. So like they're trying to get Tom for the next Avengers films and Secret War films and stuff. And Columbia has a role in that because they own the rights to Spider-Man. Them coming out of nowhere and also trying to do a Spider-Man 4 with this link with the Secret Wars film coming out, would this just be a separate thing entirely, even though we saw Tobey Maguire in an already MCU film? Like, I think it would just muddy the waters, and I just think it's past its time. Even though people would lose their minds and go pay top dollar to see this film, a Spider-Man 4, and see this reunion with my boy Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi. But I don't. I'll say likelihood is under 40%. That's where I'm at.
Man,
That's where
yeah,
I'm at.
it's like what story are they gonna tell at this point? Like,
Yeah.
I know the idea was the next film was gonna be him dealing with. They didn't want to do like Mysterio. They wanted what's his name, Bruce Campbell's like character who would show up in all the movies. I said it again. I know I spent like a bazillion times, guys. I see you guys in the chat like roasting me. I love films. Like you could tell that like Mysterio thing, but like that's the thing. People are gonna be so like underwhelmed by that. They'd be like, well, like, you know, if you give us a street level,
be epic. Yeah,
they're gonna be a street level Tobey Maguire movie in 2026 or whatever. No,
After No Way Home.
We just saw you fight every villain we've ever seen in a movie, and you're just gonna go back. So it's like one of those things where it's like, sure, maybe it'll happen, but like
now,
I don't know.
Now, if they're smart and they want to do that, use Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi film to introduce the live action Miles film, which is what they're trying to do already. So have that be the jumping off point for Miles. Let Peter retire and like go off into the sunset. At least Tobey Maguire's version go off in the sunset with a good film and not Spider-Man 3. And I mean, yeah, you had that with No Way Home, but his own film, while, you know, setting the stage for Miles moving forward, you know, 2024 version of the 2002 New York City that we saw in those Raimi films and stuff. Now with Miles and everything coming in, I think that's how you would do it.
Kill him off. Kill that Spider-Man. No
Don't
more.
kill him off. But you've already introduced the multiverse aspect, so Peter knows about that. Then you can get into the themes from Into the Spider-Verse that you can have Tobey Maguire teach Miles about the multiverse. Hey, I met this version of me in Earth 616 through the No Way Home film. And maybe even hook up with Andrew in a future film, the new Miles and Andrew hook up and he teaches him the next thing and stuff. And so I think it's a great way to pass the baton through the previous Spider-Man's films. And then now it's a jumping off point for the new Miles live action film. I think it makes sense. I think it pays homage to those films that we all love, while setting up the future, and then kind of just see what happens, whether it's a Spider-Gwen or another Madam Web, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, like there was opportunities to do different Spider-Man in these films, and if you're doing the thing that I've been like kind of speculating for so long about there being different universes that exist in in Marvel as a whole, is just everything. Now that we're seeing the X-Men in the other universe at the end of the Marvels, I always talk about, because I've been fighting with people about the X-Men lately.
Why?
Because this debates about, well, they're coming to the MCU, and I said I would make jokes. I'm like, well, man, it's going to be really awkward for them to kind of show up in the MCU, right? I'm like, I think they're in their own universe. I'm like, why can't they just show up? And I'm like, imagine, picture in your head an Avengers movie where Cyclops and Wolverine, everyone show up through a portal, and they're like, oh, hey, we're in the MCU, or 616, whatever you want to call it. And they look over, and being in their world where they're hated and no one accepts them, yada yada, and they come into this world, and Wong is sitting over there eating a Hulk Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and they're like, wait, they like you here? You know what I mean? It's like it just doesn't make sense for them to just kind of come in here, because that's their gimmick. After seeing X-Men 97, you're like, you remember how hated they really are. You know,
it's all about that hatred towards them. Like that is
you need that hatred.
That's the essence of the X-Men, them dealing with it. And it's not just with humanity, it's with the Eternals, it's with sometimes the Avengers, and it's with the Inhumans as of late with the Terrigen bomb and stuff like that. So yeah, like they have to be hated, which is why I liked the pitch of Charles Xavier making everybody forget they exist, and Secret Wars, the film, burst that bubble at the end. And now they're like, bro, like you did this. What else have you been hiding? And now people fear them. Now people hate them. And now you have those vibes that are essential for any X-Men project moving forward. So I always liked that pitch, because like you say, you need that hatred, that just disdain for them, because that's what makes them them. So
the only other the only other way you could make it make sense in our Marvel world is you have them show up and then they're like, cool, new heroes, but then you have a film that's surrounded by Magneto, comes in, starts messing stuff up, and he's like, I'm doing this for the mutants. And then they're like, well, we don't like the mutants now because look at this guy's a terrorist. And he's like, we have peace now and we love the Avengers, but the mutants, we don't like that. So like that's the only way I could see them, like it's Magneto's fault that they're hated, but it's just too much at that point. You know what I mean? It's like I just want them to have their own thing.
No, I think unless there's another thing, I think my route is the best way. That like Cerebro and Xavier just blocked it, like he's done before with Jen, like he's done before with Legion. Forgetting that he has multiple personalities, he just put up mental blockers, and just people don't know. And you only have to worry about a generation whenever you did it, because then, the next generations of people that go forward, they wouldn't know because they were never told about it, because the previous generation, when it happened to them, didn't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they were blocked out. Because I think this also matches with what the Fantastic Four as well, with them, because obviously based off the poster, we know that the film is going to be at least have some scenes in the 1960s, which is where when they were originated and first issue came out. So okay, how do you explain this group who's been around since the 60s and never talked about in the previous 33 MCU titles and TV shows? Like, how do you explain that? So I think going back to Xavier, or even going back into just what do you want to call it? Agents, not Shield or something, hidden Shield files, just hiding the fact that the Fantastic Four has been gone and stuff. That's how you get also into Blue Marvel. If we're going really nerdy, Blue Marvel is the most powerful. He one hit KO'd the Hulk before, and he was hidden in the 1960s because they found out he was a black superhero. And even though everybody loved him, but once he took off his helmet and found out he was black, the government was like, bro, we appreciate what you've done, we're going to give you all these medals, but we need you to go away and hide, because the world is not ready for a black superhero. So like, they've done this in the comic books before, so just do it there. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. It's
yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, James, I would love to see Blue Marvel, but like we talk about OP superheroes, look at what they did to Adam Warlock, for God's sake. You know what I mean? It's like I don't trust them making these things anymore. So,
I
but
mean, that's another conversation because
yeah,
I don't trust
that's
them with. I don't know if handle them with X-Men. I don't know if I trust them with X-Men.
yeah, not yet. But so my whole
Yep.
point why I went down this X-Men rabbit hole was because of Spider-Man, where now that you've established you can do these different things, but like just don't let them connect in a way where you can acknowledge that they all exist together, but just
Mhm.
have them be separate, because I like that idea of having the Toby universe creating a Miles Morales there.
Yeah.
I would like
Yeah.
to see a dark Andrew Garfield Spider-Man film, because I thought that's what they were going with No Way Home, when he talks about like
Pulling the punches, not pulling the punches.
oh, he was
anymore.
so angry.
Bro.
And I was like, man, I wonder if they want to do a symbiote story with him, because he would sell it, man. He would sell a symbiote story. But I'm sure they're going to do a symbiote story with Tom. Now that they're going, if they're doing Secret Wars and they're going to go to space, if they do it properly, don't have it be a booger on the freaking bar like they did the last time. Because that's still the stupidest end credit scene I think I've ever seen. It's like, why is there a booger of symbiote on the thing? Like, you know what I mean? Where else are they gonna go? So like, there's so many opportunities. Just don't be afraid to make these films, like, and have them do things, and then every once in a while, there's a movie where Miles from the Toby universe comes in and helps out. And with a portal, like do that, because I think the more you try to recreate these characters and bring them in, and it complicates things, it makes it a mess. And I think if you're going to start spreading out and continuing the Raimi movies in this world, just let it be separate, but like also acknowledging, hey, yeah, I also went to New York in a different world and I fought off a bunch of supervillains, and just mention it, and then that's it. Just keep going. Just keep going, and don't like intrude with everything every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say about that. You know, it's Marvel is insane, and I'm still excited for Deadpool to see what it does. But oh man, just stop. I understand nostalgia is a very big thing. I understand. We just had a Ghostbusters movie in 2024. You know what I mean? Like, I understand. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time watching it. But it's like, just do other things. But anyways, one more little piece of news here. A little bit of gaming news. This has been a game that's been like across my table several times. I keep saying across my table, on my desk. Dragon's Dogma 2 sales hit 2.5 million 11 days after launch. So official news here, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a big hit for Capcom, selling 2.5 million copies across PC via Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. In just 11 days, the sprawling action role-playing game went on sale on March 22nd. Capcom announced Dragon's Dogma 2 had passed 2.5 million sold on April 2nd. Total Dragon's Dogma franchise sales have exceeded 10 million units, Capcom added. To put Dragon's Dogma 2 sales into context, it took the first Dragon's Dogma game a month to sell 1.5 million units after it went on sale at the end of May 2012. The tally Capcom declared a success. And I think this is...
Yeah.
And I know there were some issues with different like bugs in the game and stuff like that, but it seems like it's still hanging on. It seems to be doing well. Like, I don't know too much about the game, but it's something that's been on your radar to play.
Oh, for sure. Shout out to Stargazer Tim. He has a whole diary in our Discord of his current journey playing the game. I follow a bunch of content creators who are doing playthroughs, and it was definitely like a on my top 10 list in regards to like honorable mention. And so yeah, it it just looks fun. I never got to play the first one because a little game called Skyrim came out literally the same year. So
Yes.
I was like, yeah, I missed the boat in the first one, but definitely not doing that this time around. So I will be copying it. I am excited about playing the game. There has been some negative backlash, but I think it's just online noise regarding microtransactions and some valid criticisms when it comes to the frame rates dropping in centralized cities and stuff due to the increase in NPCs and stuff like that. But when it comes to just the gameplay and the experience with the characters and the story and just freedom that you have with this type of game, with gosh, so many vocations, so many things could happen. If you could think it, you could probably do it. I mean, no single person is going to have the same experience at all. And so definitely playing this one. Probably later than what I would want to, just because I'm like so backlogged in games, but definitely a game I'm copying and playing for sure.
Ooh, yeah. It's like it's one of it hasn't been on my radar per se, because someone's just coming out. Another one, like, does it compare to like Baldur's Gate? Like, what's it compare? Well, I'll ask the chat, I guess, because I'm sure people have
Yeah,
played
we gotta
both.
ask.
Like,
Chat
what
for
are
that
what are
one.
some criticisms there compared to those games? Because like that was another one that had me like wondering, should I go into Baldur's Gate or should I jump
Yeah.
into Dragon's Dogma 2? It's like, what's the sort of comparison?
Ooh, Monster Hunter is a good comparison. I
Monster Hunter?
would Baldur's Gate is turn-based, whereas this isn't. This is free battle. Let me see. They just issued a small patch, excuse me, this past Friday to address some of the more egregious issues. So Capcom is on top of things. That's a quick patch for sure. If the game's only been out for a week or two or so. They're both RPGs, says Stargazer Tim. Um, but beyond that, DD2 is close to Skyrim or Souls. So it's close to Skyrim or Souls. So I thought Skyrim, honestly, as well, especially just with the vocation aspect and the fantasy aspect as well. So I see that.
Okay. So yeah, so Dragon's Dogma 2 might be out there, but it's like, it's just too much. Because one, I guess honorable mentions, kind of not really in the notes, but we did get that trailer for Marvel's Rivals, which is like that new epic
Yeah.
live service. Of course, we're hitting them with the live service games. It's like, well, it's a shame because I am really excited about like playing something like that, where it's, cause I'm a big Overwatch guy and all those things, and like some of the abilities are really cool. Like I think Loki's was the one that really got me excited, because they show in the footage him turning into Black Panther, and he's using his powers and stuff like that. But again, it's like hitting us with those with those live service games, a free game, but then it's like, how much are you spending on cosmetics? Like, I want to rock the Iron Man suit from Iron Man 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna hit us with that. Is that a game that's kind of on your radar too?
I mean, for sure on the radar. Definitely interested to see how it plays. It it was teased, obviously before.
I feel like a day, like 2 days before. I feel like it was like, all out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's just live service, man. Like we had a huge blowout about just that topic when it came to WB's thoughts in the past podcast, and like what they're trying to do with their main franchises and having some live service elements with their top IPs. And so you see it done so badly, so many you see the live service element done more times in the negative than in the positive. Obviously there are exceptions to the rules and stuff, but overall in general, there's not that many good live service games. And to see something like this with another Marvel's IP, it's scary, concerning, but the game looks fun. Very much Overwatch vibes. And so I think there's going to be an audience. I think there's going to be a ton of people who are excited to play it. And the fact that we know it's live service off the jump, unlike a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League initially, I think that's good to know going in. And you're just like, hey, this is what it is. Let's just see how it plays. If it's going to be fun, blah, 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 blah. So, but this live service push as of late has left a bad taste in my mouth personally. And yeah, it's on my radar, but I'm not as excited as I would be for a Iron Man single player open world action game. You know,
I think we might still be getting that. I'm not sure if that's still happening because I think they announced that they were trying to do something like that. Because same thing with, you know, the Captain America Black Panther game. They were like, oh, you know, like that's
the Blade one. Yeah.
You know, the Blade, I have no idea what they're doing. There's like been no action on that.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be a while.
Oh yeah. And Dustin Quift, Death Puff in our chat did say Helldivers 2 has been the only positive live service game, right? Outside of Fortnite. I think so, yeah, because I've been playing the hell out of it. I've been wanting to play more of it on stream. We played a lot of it during the subathon. It almost doesn't feel like is it officially a live? I guess it would be a live service.
It's a live service,
but it doesn't feel like it at points because there's a lot of the cosmetics and stuff that I've gotten. I've barely dropped a dime on it because they are really good at giving you in-game currency. And like kind of like your V-Bucks you would have in Fortnite, where it's like you really have to earn them through your battle pass, and if you save them enough, you can earn the next season's battle pass. But yeah, I feel like Helldivers 2 has done a good job of like saving money for people because it's already a $40 game, I believe, right?
Yeah,
it's a $40.
Yeah,
so it's like
it's already cheaper than Suicide Squad. It was 70, and then the deluxe was $100.
Yeah, and it's really good. Like I've been having so much fun playing with friends. It has its issues, it has bugs. The developers are on top of patching the game, and they take care of it. But like, yeah, I think that's how live service should be done. I feel like you're making a fun game that's accessible to anybody. I could play with. I'm like a level 20. I can play with a level 50 person. I can play with a level 7 person, and it's fun. But then stuff like, you know, Suicide Squad, which just like, you know, literally had suicide in the title and literally killed itself because it's like it didn't work. It was super repetitive. And you had nothing to offer people. And you came up with this DLC for the Joker, and people were like, oh, cool, the Joker. But I'm like, wait a minute.
It's literally the same thing.
Isn't it the same universe, though, that we had Mark Hamill's Joker in? Who is this guy?
It's Elseworlds. So it's a different one from another universe.
A new Joker. It's like, it's like insane, man. It's like, you know, like live service can be done well. Something like a Fortnite can be. Fortnite has been. When did Fortnite come out? I'm gonna look it up right now. I feel like Fortnite's been out
for like 10, 15 years.
Fortnite release date was July 21st, 2017. It is currently April 2nd, 2024. This game is still going. Millions are still playing it. Every season something new. There's always something, you know, different there you guys can do. Different weapons, different maps, different this, different that, and they make it interesting. And now it's accessible to everybody because you have like, you know, they put a kart racer in it. They put that Lego mode in it for people that can, you know, like it's just kind of like an Animal Crossing type or Minecraft type situation where everybody can play it. And it's like that's what I think you need to look at in your live service games. You need to have it be for like especially if it's a free game. If it's a free game, you need it to be accessible to people who a good percentage of people who get it for free are going to get it because they can't afford a $70 game. So we want to play a game that's like affordable and fun, and I could do anything I want in it, and it's great. That's why people loved. Remember Wizards Unite? It did have like stuff you had to pay for, but when did you like really drop that much money on it? Not very often. If you went out and you just got your potions and you spun your gyms, or I forgot what they were back then, your castle, all that, like you just would be fine. But like you're sucking money out of gamers that want to play fun games, but instead you're giving them mediocre games that literally last for 2 weeks. Like, man, James, me and you, we had so much fun playing Skull and Bones, but I have no like need to go back into that game. Like, part of me wants to. I look at it on my PlayStation. I turn my PlayStation on, and I'm like, oh, do I want to go sailing for like? I'm not really in the mood because I don't want to. I don't want to play with my friends because I don't know. It's just like something about I don't know.
That's the other thing a lot of people don't consider. So like, you can put out a decent live service game, right? But you still have to pull people away from the already established good live service games that they've been playing for a while. And so, like, what percentage of people are you pulling from that are already playing live service games on top of new people who aren't familiar with it? And so that huge live service pot that everybody thinks they're going to be able to make money off of is getting smaller and smaller, where they're not going to be able to make that much revenue because you already have a Fortnite, because the Skull and Bones already has a Sea of Thieves, because the Suicide Squad already has a freaking Marvel's Rivals coming out. You know what I'm saying? And so a Helldivers coming out like literally weeks after the release of Suicide Squad. And so, okay, now the competition is just going to get harder and harder, and you have to pull that audience away. And these games aren't doing that. And so, like you said, Mario, I'm playing Helldivers, and you're like, I don't know if I want to go back to Skull and Bones. I still play Skull and Bones like almost daily just to grind, but like, I don't know if I want to do that because not everybody is like that. And so that's why I'm just like, bro, stop with the live service stuff, bro. Like, it costs so much money to like just handle. Just keep around. Server updates, freaking managing the servers, managing new content based on seasons every couple of months. Like, your studio automatically becomes a live service, which is why who is it? Naughty Dog was like, bro, we can't do it when they were working on The Last of Us live service stuff. They're like, we can't do it. We had to make a decision if our development, if our studio is going to be a live service or not. And we chose not to be. So many people are going to hit that bump in the road. And I feel like Avalanche Software, shout out to Hogwarts Legacy, is going to hit that too because of WB. So it's just so many stuff that's stacked against the type of gaming it is already. I get you want a piece of pie and constant revenue, but bro, just make good games with good companies who know what they're doing and fans who love the game and trust their input, and just like as a community come together and put out a good game, and you're going to make money, i.e. Hogwarts Legacy. It cost a little bit over 200 million to make, and the thing made over, no, it was less than 200 million, I'm sorry. And it made over $1 billion. Like, bro, it's that simple. It's that simple.
It is. Just make some stuff out there. People in the chat are talking about Pal World.
Games like lost 90% of its player base.
Yeah, because you were not really offering anything else. I fell off. I was kind of like, what else do you have for me? Is there anything else I could do? I'm hard to please too, because there's so much coming out. Of course, I'm playing one thing, then something else comes out. I'm like, ooh, shiny, let's play this, let's play that. But like, you can do live service right, just as long as you're constantly giving people new stuff to do and new things, and not making you pay an arm and a leg for it. Like Helldivers, again, I think I can honestly say I spent under $10 on that game. because there was like because there's like a battle pass, like a pass that you kind of get. I don't think it's called. I think it's unlocks automatically. I forget if I unlocked it, but they have like a little super store that's in there that you get credits for, and you can buy, and like it changes every day. There's a new helmet, new cape, new armor set, and I'm like, ooh, I like that. But I'm like, I can grind in the game a little bit and get those credits in game or somewhere else, or earn them somewhere else, or like. And that's fine. But if you're like, oh man, I really want this this awesome ship paint job on my pirate ship, it's gonna cost you a few bucks though. And then I look at it, I'm like, well, then I'm looking at it again, I'm like, there's not many other choices outside of that. So that's what's lacking in these games, is give us more variety, more stuff, and I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be just fine.
Like, bro, just go to mobile. Just do mobile.
Yeah,
I think mobile makes more money than all of them. All of them.
Pogo, I don't even want to tell you how much money I spent on that game. You know what I mean? But me and you have spent close to $20 on stream trying to catch Heracrosses, for God's sake. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're making the bank. That's why Niantic, they're like killed it.
Just even with Magic Awaken, like still overseas, like in the Asia Pacific market, like still making buku money. Like mobile, it just prints money. Which is why there's so many.
That's why I fell off of Magic Awakening. I really enjoyed it. I really like it. I would like to get back into it. I see some people in the Discord and stuff talking about how they still play. I'm like, oh, I want that fun back. But they turned me off when they started doing these different like currencies, and I'm like, everything's like expensive. I'm like, what the? I lost the fun.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Like I still do my dailies and stuff. Like I had reach Magic Awakened in like a week. Because I don't know why I was just on a winning streak and stuff. But like, yeah, like I still play it. But it's Raylo said in chat, mobile prints money because of the accessibility. Because you don't have to worry about consoles, you don't have to worry about PCs. Everybody has a phone. So just download it. Just download it.
Yeah.
Just download it. So I'm just like, bro, if you're trying to get consistent revenue, stop with this live service stuff. Unless you actually believe in the project and you think it can go toe to toe, because that's the benchmark. Fortnite, Apex Legends, even Call of Duty, even though it was horribly received the last version. Those are the standard. Will your game compete or even overtake any of those? That's the question you have to ask anytime you make a live service, because you have to pull people. Because that's the thing with live service and even mobile. There's daily stuff you have to do. Because if you don't, you're going to get left behind, and then you're going to be like, well, why am I playing in the first place? Like, you have to, player engagement is key. When they study the success of a live service game or even mobile, player retention. How many people are playing? And that's what you have to deal with every time. So, yeah.
Exactly.
We'll see.
We shall see, indeed. Very touchy subject with gaming these days, but you know what? Pick and choose your games wisely, gang. Pick and choose them wisely. But guys, that's going to do it for all the nerdy news we have this week, meaning we got to end the show with one of our favorite segments. This is going to be a spicy one. I'm excited to talk about what happened last week. We're going to get into our nonsense draft. Each week we go head-to-head in a fantasy football-style draft where we pick completely off-the-wall teams relating to that week's topic, and you, the listeners, get to decide who assembled the best team by voting in our new Discord nonsense draft channel over on the Friggin Nerds official Discord server each and every week. What a tongue twister. Tonight, we are drafting Kaiju Monster Squad. We're going to make 2 squads of kaiju monsters to fight each other. You guys are going to decide which squad do you think is going to be the best. So I think maybe it'd be fair to maybe take any character you want and make them a kaiju. Maybe a Hulk, maybe a Donkey Kong. Well, if you want to take existing kaiju monsters, that's also fair as well. But before we get to that, let's talk about last week, man. Last week was a lot of fun. We did
The poster. Shout out to Mario with the image. Oh my god, this was fire.
I gotta actually pull those up real quick.
Yo,
Where are
yeah.
those? Like,
our podcast listeners, you gotta check out the image Mario put up.
Yeah,
was tough.
So last week we did like casting our own Bond movie, and we wanted to, like, you know, create two movies that we thought would be like a great movie. We casted like Bond himself, the Bond girl, the car, the whole nine. And so we went into crazy detail. I made like a little thing here, but the final score, man. Let's talk about that final score. Whew. James came in with a solid 6.
No.
Solid 6. But man, Henry Cavill came to play with me, man, because we got a solid 10. 10.
No.
10 on Por2 Protocol. Let me pull up these. Where are they? I gotta find them. So it was a hot commodity last week. So here's License to Lumos. I'll put that on the screen. Oh, that's huge. That's massive. Oh my god. Let me shrink that up a bit.
Bro, that looks like a Bond like poster. It really does.
It's like I got hit. I got like Voldemort, like Ray Fiennes, like that was like a makeup test picture I found of him. So I'm like, all right, we gotta get like the legit.
I was like, he's got a nose.
Like, it's so good, so good. I would still watch it. I think it'd be still a fun movie. Now, where's my other one? Por2 Protocol. Where's Por2 Protocol?
Boy, Robert Pattinson looks good in the black suit.
Yeah, I got Emma Watson. Let's see, where is the other one?
Got the flying forward angular. Let's go. With the Hogwarts Legacy background.
Oh yeah, had to do it. Where is the other one? It's gonna drive me crazy.
It was on Twitter. You had both of them on Twitter.
Oh wait, what am I doing? Why am I pulling up the picture?
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't go through your files. It's gonna be hard to find.
Yeah, I was saying I'm gonna be here all day. Let me see. Twitter.
Yeah, it should be under your under Friggin Nerds. It shouldn't be that far. Because it was just last week.
You'd be surprised, James. I tweet a lot of things.
This is true. You do retweet a lot of stuff.
I retweet. So I look through, like, I try to go look for stuff that I did. I'm like, I don't know where I did with it. Let's see. There it is. Okay, Lights the Lobos is right here.
Not that far. I told you it's not that far.
And then here's Por2 Protocol, which I was pretty proud of this one. I actually stole this idea from a fan made one for Skyfall with like it's all white background, classy, kind of clean. You got your boy in the back here, my boy Sirius Black, Gary Oldman, looking like a mean pants right there. And I don't know what movie this is from.
Oh, with my girl?
Yeah, is that
that's from
Quiet Place? No.
I think it's from our new movie.
Which one? With the Fall Guy?
Stuntman. I think it's either the Stuntman one or the Jungle Cruise, possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
No, they didn't have guns in
Jungle
Cruise. She wouldn't have a gun in that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's from, but I was like, that's perfect. That's what my Bond girl needs to do. And of course, DB5. And Henry Cavill, that's from Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, Man Called Uncle, yeah.
Which everyone tells me I gotta see.
You haven't seen it, Mario?
I still haven't seen it. Oh.
Mario, bro, are you serious?
Where's it available?
You've been talking about Cavill for the longest time,
and I've never seen Uncle. So
You've never seen Man from U.N.C.L.E.
But that shows how perfect Cavill would be as Bond. I haven't even seen the movie, and I know he's good.
Yeah.
Like that image alone right there. You got the gun with the silencer and the suit. He's looking like $1 million. Come on.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for the Por2 Protocol W. I'll take it. We're going to get to our kaiju match right now. We're going to flip our court. I'm assuming we're going to go tails never fails for you, James.
As Severus Snape says, always.
Always. All right. And you take it, man. You got tails on this one. Beautiful.
No.
So you're going.
I didn't want to go first. I have no idea.
I'll take it. If you want to give me the first.
Wait. So we can do any fandom?
So yeah, if you want to take think of something that would be pretty dope as a kaiju. Like, it doesn't have to be like Mothra or something. It could be. If you want to put Godzilla or Mothra in there, then that's fine.
Would mech suits count? That's not a beast, though.
Yeah, it's not really a beast.
Not a
Yeah,
beast.
we need like
Okay.
monsters. Because, yeah, I would totally think like Starscream or something.
Bro, because I was like, bro, give me Voltron, give me Gundam Wing, give me like all these Jasons, giant, bro. That's what I would go with. But okay, we can't do okay. We Neon and beat, yes, you beat yo. Okay, we got some anime cats in here. Let's go. Okay. Hungarian Horntail. It's not yo. These are kaiju's. Hungarian. Any dragon from the Harry Potter verse is still small. They're still small. You got to think about how tall Godzilla is, how tall King Kong is, especially in the new King Kong iterations and Godzilla iterations. If we're going King Kong from like the Peter Jackson one, yeah, the dragons from Harry Potter would like make sense, but like I could say Sphinx also, but like they're not big.
I would say they're the size. Godzilla's the size of like what? The Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, at least.
Let's say that.
Taller than that. Like he seemed bigger than that. Because I mean, you got to think how tall the pyramids are too when they were fighting on those. So
true, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They're huge.
Ooh, let's do it. Dune Sandworm. Oh my gosh, that scene from Dune 2 with, I'm not going to spoil anything, but y'all know the scene I'm talking about. That scene, one of the most epic scenes ever. Yeah, I'll say the Sandworm from Dune 2.
All right. Uh-oh.
Yes. Okay. Who said? Okay. Who's that? Triangle. Thank you. Yes. We're going into my anime bag.
Okay.
Why didn't I think of that in the first place?
Okay. You didn't see the one I saw, so okay. Oh man, I might. Okay. All right. I think for classic kaiju monsters, I gotta go with my favorite. It's the one that you gotta do. You gotta do Godzilla. So I'm going to put Godzilla in my team because why not? And so Rose put one on here, but we gotta talk about this. This is gonna be allowed because I don't know. I think he's too big.
Oh,
I was thinking about Galactus. He's too big.
Yeah, he's a giant planet eater.
Like the planet is a size it can fit in his hand.
Yeah.
So I think that's too big. Too big.
Okay. Now, okay. I'm just going to go in my bag.
Oh man. Okay.
If nobody gets it, I don't care. Because mine would wreck shop. Would beat anybody.
Okay. So I gotta go. We would snake draft, right? I gotta do 2.
Yeah, you gotta do 2.
So on top,
then I gotta do 2.
On top of that, I gotta do. Like, I want to take like classic MonsterVerse monsters, but that's like it's not creative. I gotta be a little more creative.
Yeah, because I was like, I could go with those, but then I'm going to my anime and comics bag.
Ooh, okay. Man, let's see. Man. Huh. Let's see. Oh, what's the... Did the Cloverfield monster have like a name?
Yes.
What's the Cloverfield monster?
That's a good call.
like the giant ass Cloverfield monster.
It literally said on Wikipedia Cloverfield creature.
Okay, then I'm just gonna take that. The Cloverfield creature. I'm taking the Cloverfield monster. Let's take that. Boom. Because that, I haven't seen that movie in a while. I remember that movie made me sick because it was all like shot like this,
shaky cam,
and people running and stuff. Oh man, that made me sick. So okay, Godzilla and Cloverfield monster tag teaming it up.
Okay, I'm getting rid of the Dune worm.
You're getting rid of stuff now?
Yeah, right off the jump.
Okay. Take a second.
So I got 3. I'm probably not gonna get into votes, but I don't care. First, we're gonna go with the Celestial from the comic books, or as your favorite movie, The Eternals. So we're gonna go.
Which Celestial was that?
Erisham the Judge. As my Celestial. And then
right, but
then we're gonna, because I got to do 3 because I replaced it.
Yeah.
And this is my second round. These are my 2 second round picks with the snake draft. I'm going into my anime bag. I'll come back to my comic book bag the next round, but I'm going to go with the Titan, Eren from Attack on Titan.
Oh.
And then I'm going to go with the Saiyan gorillas. We're going to go with Vegeta's Saiyan gorilla.
Whoa!
I'm going anime and comics. I don't care. I do not care.
Wow, that's right. He's pretty big, huh? In the gorilla form.
Bro, they're huge.
Oh,
they're huge.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. All right, hold on. Because I'm kind of dipping into anime as well. Oh, how big is he, though?
I got one up my sleeve that I was like, I don't know if, but I don't care.
Oh, I don't know if he's big enough. Oh, he was pretty big in the movie. All right. I'm like Googling it right now to see who's actually. Because I like when people put size charts for like anime characters. It's really funny. All right. He's pretty big. Yeah, I mean, Ty and Sora were right on his shoulders. From Digimon the movie, I'm gonna go with Omnimon. When Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon first morphed Digivolved.
Yeah,
that's a good one, right? Omnimon.
Yeah.
All right, good. Yeah. Omnimon is taking Omnimon. Oh, I used to love that movie, dude. What a banger soundtrack. If you haven't seen the Digimon movie, the first one, you guys are missing out. Omnimon.
That's a great call back.
All right. So I got 2. All right, who else am I taking? Man. Oh. All right, you know what? I'll dip into one of my other favorite fandoms, a movie we just covered. I'll take the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's a kaiju.
Yeah, he is.
I gotta think the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I like that one.
I want to see him. I want to see him fight the Titan from Attack on Titan. That'd be the funniest thing ever. Well, I want that on a T-shirt. Honestly, I think I'll make that a T-shirt.
Oh my gosh,
Oreo, okay, Korgachiki. Yes, right. Oreo is a very small kaiju.
Okay, my next comic one is Apocalypse.
Nice.
Who, if you don't unaware, he can make himself huge. He's always what's the scientist named? He's always like the last man standing, the better race or better creature, less than, I forgot what it's called, but anyway, yeah, he adapts. Apocalypse adapts to just about any and everything, and so I'm going Apocalypse, and then I think I like this idea, and I'm gonna steal it from Cindy, pulling from Lord of the Rings, Balrog from Lord of the Rings,
Ooh.
and specifically the Two Towers, where
How do you spell that?
well, I'm sorry, in the Fellowship, where Gandalf fell. You shall not pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
Soon I'm going to have to learn that one's name, because I'm going to be doing the Lord of the Rings watch along on stream very soon. And I'm like,
No.
that was one of the things in the streamathon. I have to live react to the movie on stream. It's like muted and people are watching it with me. And I have to watch the movie again. So we'll probably get the Balrog again. All right, so Apocalypse and Balrog.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Balrog is small. Because he wasn't that much taller than... That's right. He wasn't that much taller than Gandalf, now that I think about it. That's a good call.
Are you changing Balrog?
He's not that big. He's not that big.
Let me see a picture of Balrog.
He's not that big.
He's pretty big.
He's like, compared to the Celestials, to the Mush, like, I think even your marshmallow person is bigger. I know your marshmallow person is bigger.
He do be pretty big.
Because like your marshmallow person is at least like 10 stories tall. Balrog might be 3 to 4 stories.
I mean, what makes, at what limit are you a kaiju? You know what I mean? Like what height do you need to be? At least 7 stories?
I'm honestly thinking, like, I'm thinking Kong and Godzilla X Kong. That's what I'm thinking. Like kaiju, like you can stand in the ocean and like still stun. Like I'm thinking like Pacific Rim. I'm thinking like all of these things. And so like all the creatures, at least I previously have on my list, A, are strong, B, are huge. And so compared to all of them, Balrog is pretty small. So I guess I'm setting my own standard, but yeah, that's how I look at it.
So, okay, so you want to change it?
Yeah, I'll come back to me because you got 2 more left, and I'll do my last 2.
Okay. So, right, it's 4. Yeah, this is my last 2. Okay. Oh, damn. Ooh, okay. What's his name? Hold up. I gotta look at. Where is it? Gotta look it up. What was? Is it that what it is? No. All right. Well, what I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna take the Kraken from the Liam Neeson version, or at least the Kraken, massive.
Titan. What is it called?
Titan.
Crap! It's a remake.
Attack of the Titan. No. Yeah, help me out. What's the name of that?
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. So Kraken from Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
All right. Why can't I name? I'm trying to find the name of this guy. What's the name of the giant, like, white snake thing from God of War? I gotta look up.
What is that name?
He's like the serpent world, whatever he like wrapped around the gimmick. Tim just said it. Your man Gander? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. It's Jormung. Yeah, that one. I'm gonna go with that. That's how it's spelled here on the site I'm looking at. It's Jormungander. Jorgimander. So in parentheses, I'll put God of War so you guys know what I'm talking about. That's a good one. I think that's a good one. So I'm taking that one. Jorgimander from God of War. That will do. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's my 6. All right. So back
So I
to
still got
we're taking your boy Baragov.
Bro, I don't. So I can go. There's so many deep cuts, but it's all about winning. And I hope this encourages people to do research before they vote.
I think now that the posters will seem to be like a very good visual aid for people. I'm gonna do visual aids for this one as well. I'll put like pictures of them together in a squad formation and try to get them like size wise next to each other, just so they can see it, and it'll be like, okay, this team looks like it could mess up the other team.
Because I gotta go with Iron Man in the God Killer armor.
Ooh!
If you haven't seen it,
Let me get a picture for
Google
people.
it.
Let me show people that.
It's insane. It's his armor to combat Celestials, which is already on my team, by the way. And then I want to get something from chat, but I also want to go. I might have to go. Jay. So Rita, I was thinking Giant Man or Ant-Man too.
Ant-Man's a good one.
But it's this. But Dustin hit me with the Shadow of Colossus reference, and for those of you guys who don't know, Shadow of Colossus and Ghost of Tsushima go back and forth. That's my second favorite game of all time. If you've never played Shadow of Colossus, check out Shadow of Colossus. The Iron. Whoa! Is the Iron Giant? How tall is the Iron Giant? You said 50 feet tall?
Yeah.
That's not that tall.
He's like, he's big, but like, King Kong is bigger than him.
Yeah, King Kong is way bigger.
Like, you think of him, here's a picture of him with the kid in his hand, and I feel like he's big, but he's not that big.
He's not that big, compared to the kid. Yeah. He's not that big. He's
He's the size of like Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bigger.
No. Optimus Prime probably is smaller.
Maybe who's the biggest? Oh, I just thought of speaking of Transformers.
Wait, because we did say we can't do Max.
You can't.
I can't do God
because I would have passed you Devastator. That would have been a good kaiju, but like I was like no mechanical thing.
I can't do Iron Man the God Killer armor. Dang it.
I'm
gonna go with the Phalanx from Shadow of Colossus, because that's like my second favorite game of all time. Oh my gosh, I might play that. I just got my PS3. like fixed. I might have to play that game.
Ooh, go to one, Claw. Go to one.
Dang. I mean, Master Mold. How big is Master Mold? What's his name is tall too. Ooh, the thing. DC, the thing.
Oh,
the thing. Okay, he does. He gets huge. I'm about to school you. There is no way Mario should win in this draft unless they just voted on just recognizable names. My team, the thing in and of itself, if there's any vegetation, if there's any wildlife, he has this domain that's called the thing. I'll just say the thing. That's all I'm gonna say. He gets huge. The thing can take on and defeat the JLA, the Justice League, with Superman. The thing can beat all of them. I've seen it in the comic books because he gets that big, and just because the thing. If you don't know, better ask somebody.
Well, Thing or Swamp Thing, you mean?
Swamp Thing. I'm sorry, Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. Not to be confused with Fantastic Four's the Thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. That's a good. That is a good pool. All right. Did that ever 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you still have one more.
I should have Swamp Thing and Phalanx from Shadow of Colossus.
Oh, Phalanx. That's what I'm missing. How do I spell that? PHA.
PHA LANX.
That looks right. giant Pikachu. G-Max Pikachu. Oh, we should have G-Max. We could have the G-Max.
G-Max. Whoa.
We could have the G-Max Pokemon.
G-Max.
Oh,
that's a good call. Also, Rita with the who is going to be feeding these teams.
They're gonna feed on each other. That's how they're gonna fight. They're
Spoken
gonna eat
like
each
a
other.
true mom and a person with pets, with dogs.
Yeah,
who's going to be feeding these creatures?
Oh, I have a giant 6-story jar of milk bones that'll feed them all. All right, let's look at this Kaiju Monster Squad for this week's nonsense draft. So many good picks. I started off with Godzilla. I got the Cloverfield monster, Omnimon from Digimon, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Kraken from Clash of the Titans, and Jomongadur, I still can't say his name, from God of War. Man, I'm pissed off I didn't pick a G-Max Pikachu. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been.
Didn't think of G-Max. Terrible. James hit us with the Irisum the Judge from the Marvel Universe. Hit us with a Titan from Attack on Titan. Vegeta in his Saiyan gorilla form. Apocalypse, of course, the Oscar Isaac version.
No.
Of course not. Here's with Phalanx as well, and ending it with a very deep cut pick right here, Swamp Thing. I love it. I think it's going to be tremendous. We're going to make sure to make these graphics, see them all together, so you guys get a visual on how epic this fight will be in the Nonsense Draft universe. But kids, that's going to do it for us tonight for the Friggin Nerds podcast. Of course, guys, if you couldn't join us live, don't worry. We're on every Tuesday at 8 now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Friggin Nerds Media. But if you can't make it, don't worry. We post a show every Thursday over on YouTube and Spotify in video form, where you can still see our faces and enjoy the chat that scrolls on the bottom and be sort of involved in the conversation. Of course, if you're a replay squad, hit us with a comment on your thoughts on all these subjects that we talked about this week. We love to hear from you guys. Of course, follow us on the various forms of social media at Friggin Nerds Media and at Expecto Go with James, giving you the latest and greatest in all things in positive gaming news and gameplay under the sun. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. We're going to get out of here and go to our exclusive post show over on Twitch and hang out for a few minutes before we have to go for the evening. But until then, guys, I've been Friggin Nerd Mario.
I've been Friggin Nerd James.
And you guys have been friggin' awesome. And as always, stay
friggin' nerdy.